What's up everybody? Welcome to our second lesson in our crash course on landing pages. Last week, we spoke about why you would need a landing page. I gave you 6 very important reasons for creating a landing page, and hopefully you are now convinced that that is the way to go. Today, we're going to talk about how to plan that landing page, because you don't want to just create a landing page from scratch for no reason, and you really do want to have a specific goal for that landing page so you can make sure that it is highly successful and highly converting. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to tell you step by step how you can plan the landing page before you start creating it to make sure that it is successful. So in case you're wondering, why should I plan my landing page up front? Well, the most important reason is that when you actually plan your landing page before you start creating it, you're able to make sure it's on task so that you are focused on one goal. And most importantly, you're also making sure that you can measure its success. Because unfortunately, sometimes we'll create landing pages that aren't going to get the results that we want. And when we've planned them the right way, we're going to be able to go back and measure them and say, here's what my goal was, here's who my audience was, why didn't this work, and easily find out what the problem was and fix it. So that's why planning is super important. Now, what is the first thing that we need to do when we're planning? Well, we need to set a goal. Every landing page that you create should have just one goal, only one. And that makes it clear who you're speaking to, what content needs to go on the landing page, and how you're going to measure its success. So what is your landing page goal? Let me give you a few examples. Maybe you're trying to get people to sign up to your newsletter. That could be a goal. Maybe you want to get people to book a call with you. Perhaps you want to get people to register for a webinar. Maybe you want people to schedule a demo, or perhaps you want people to purchase something from you on the page, like enroll in a course or buy some templates that you are offering. Whatever it is, it can only be one thing. For example, if you want to get people to book a call with you, the entire landing page will be about booking a call. You won't be inviting them to download a free resource. You won't be sending them to your website. You won't be telling them to sign up for your newsletter, just to book a call. And the same goes for any of your goals. So I want you to think about right now, what is your landing page's goal? Do you know it? The next step in planning your landing page is knowing who your audience is. Who are you speaking to? If you're speaking to everyone, you are essentially speaking to no one. That is the rule. Now, I know that it's easy to say, everyone can be my audience, or I'm speaking to multiple of people. But if you want to be able to create a high converting landing page that really gets more people to take action, you need to decide who is that person that you're speaking to. I actually find it extremely helpful to think about one person, the one person who is the most perfect fit for my business, and speak to them. I know that that can sometimes be a little worrying because you might think that you'll be alienating other people away, but you really aren't. The thing is that when you're thinking about your audience, you need to go beyond their age, their geographical location, the device that they're using, or their gender. You need to know a lot more about them. You need to understand their pains, their hesitations, their concerns. You need to understand what exactly is that pain that you are going to solve. Because at the end of the day, people don't buy products, they're not buying features, and they're not buying pricing. They are buying a better version of themselves. Maybe they want to be better marketers, maybe they want to be better parents, perhaps they need you to help them lose weight and they want to feel better about themselves and have a higher self-esteem. Whatever it is that you're offering, it's not just a feature, it's not just a product. There is an emotional gain there, and you have to understand the pains that people are going through. And the easiest way to do that is by identifying that one person, your best fit customer, who will absolutely value everything you have to deliver and speak to them. And the cool thing about that is once you identify that, once you know who you're speaking to, it is so much easier to know exactly what to put on the page, what content. Because one of the biggest issues that people have when it comes to creating a landing page is Cool, Talia, I want to create a landing page, but I have no idea what to put on it. Like, what content should I include? What should my copy be? What images should I use? When you know who you're speaking to, that one person, that makes it so much easier to create the content on the page. Now, don't get me wrong, you're not going to alienate a bunch of people out there, because there's always going to be the overarching theme, the overarching pain that people are feeling. So maybe I'm a 20-year-old in London, and maybe I'm a 70-year-old man in Saudi Arabia. No matter who I am in terms of my gender or my geographical location or my age, my overarching pain is probably going to be the same. And that's actually what you want to address. It actually makes it a lot easier when you think about the pain, the hesitations, the concerns that you are addressing versus who are the people, this general term that we're looking for. Because when we look at the general terms, it actually makes us focus on generic behavioral data that is not helpful. When you focus on the pain, when you focus on your customers' emotions, it's so much easier to write content. So after you've chosen the goal for your page, and you know that your number one goal is to grow your email list, you want to get people to sign up to your newsletter, what you need to think about is, who are you speaking to? Who is the best fit person to subscribe to your newsletter, who will get the most value of what you have to offer? And once you understand that and you define that one reader, that prospect that you're speaking to, the audience, then you can move on to planning the content on your page. Okay, let's talk about planning the content on your page. So what should your landing page actually include? Now, in my following videos over the next few weeks, I'm going to break down every section and what I include in it. I'm going to talk about copy formulas, and I'm going to give you some of my best tips for making each and every section on your landing page high converting, and most importantly, appeal to your prospect. But for now, let's talk about the different sections you should include on your landing pages. Now, these are the sections that I include in every single landing page that I create, whether if it's for myself or for my clients or when I'm teaching my students. I always make sure that these specific sections are included in the landing page. The first section on your landing page is the header. That is essentially the first thing people see when they land on your page. People like to call it the above the fold, similar to newspapers. This is the first thing that people see before they scroll on your page, whether if it's on desktop or on mobile. So what we want to think about is, what are the most crucial things we want to include in our above the fold section, in the header section. For me, it is always going to be a headline, a subhead, bullet points, a hero image, and a call to action button. 5 elements on the page. Let's unpack that for a second. The headline is essentially the promise of the page. What is the desired outcome for people? The subhead is, how are you going to make it happen? How are you going to make good on your promise? The bullet points are a way to help people skim and understand what they're going to get. And again, this is the same for any type of page you create, whether if you're trying to get people to download a free guide or if you're trying to get people to sign up for a demo. Whatever it is, I'm always going to include these in my header section. And then we have the call to action. So that's what you want to include in your header section. The next section that I love to include is the why section. That is what I call it. And what that means is that in this section, I break down the story. And I know that people might have told you, maybe marketing gurus, or maybe you've heard from colleagues, or maybe you read in some blog posts, that people don't read and you shouldn't write content. But I'm here to tell you that my most high converting landing pages have a lot of copy on the page. And the why section is where most of the copy goes into. And I like to break it down into the persuasive section. And what that means is I start with the pain. I show them that I know the pain they're going through and what they're experiencing. So immediately I say, here is the pain that you're experiencing. Then I explain how it's affecting their life And lastly, I'll say, and here is the solution that I have to offer. It could be 500 words, 300 words, 150, it doesn't really matter. But the point is using the PAS formula, pain, agitation, solution, which means first you mention the pain, then you agitate it by explaining where it's affecting them, and then the solution, which is what you're offering. And that is the second section. The third section is another call to action button. So essentially, after I've had my header with the call to action, then I have the why section or the persuasive section. Then I include another call to action telling them, okay, you've read this through, now you're convinced, let's take action. Below that, I include a social proof section, and that is where you put in everything you can to increase trust. Testimonials, reviews, numbers, any certifications that you have, that's gonna go in there. Next, you're gonna have an about section. Too many landing pages exclude this, and it's super important. So in this about section, you have to tell them about yourself, but not from the narcissistic point of view, but from the way of introducing yourself and making sure they understand that you are the right person, consultant, company to solve their problem. Usually it's because you have gone through this yourself. At one point in time, you had a certain pain and a certain roadblock in your life that you had to fix. You tried a gazillion different things, they didn't work. Then you found this process and now you are offering it because it worked so well for you. When you get to the about section, it's not really about you. It's more about how you can serve them and why you're the best fit. In your final section of the landing page, you want to include another call to action. So hopefully by then they have read all the copy on your page. They have decided that you are the best fit for them and now they're ready to convert. So those are the most important sections on your landing page. The header section, the persuasive / why section, the call to action that comes in again, the social proof section to increase people's trust, and the about section. Each and every one of these sections has its own call to action and encourages people to keep reading and get to know you. And of course, within every section, you have different images, you may have bullet points, but as I mentioned, I will get into each and every section and I will break it down for you and give you all the templates and the formulas so you can do it yourself over the next few weeks. Finally, let me show you one of the landing pages that I created recently. Now, here's a really cool thing to know. I actually create most of my landing pages by myself. I use lead pages to do so, and it's actually really straightforward and easy. And you'll notice as you're going through this landing page when I show it to you, it's not perfect. There's different things that need optimizing, but when I have to launch quickly and there's something that needs to go live, then I go live. And as time goes by, I'll fix things, I'll optimize them, I'll review and figure out what needs optimizing. But you don't have to be a designer, which I'm clearly not, as you'll see on the page. And you don't have to be a copywriter in order to launch a landing page. But if you follow the sections that I just showed you, that I just explained to you, then you'll see that you can create a high converting landing page very easily. So let's take a look at this landing page that I created. Okay, so this is the landing page that we're going to look at. And what you can see here is this is a landing page that is essentially trying to get more people to sign up to my email list. I'm offering a free course in here to learn about emotional marketing and about psychology and how to increase conversions in a free 5-day course that you get to your email. So I created this landing page. And there's so many things that still need to be fixed, but I just wanted to show you this to explain and show you the process and how I always include the different sections that I mentioned. So over here is the header section, which is essentially the first thing people land on. And it says, upgrade your marketing and sell like a pro. If you're done getting ignored by your dream leads, done watching others scoop them up, even though you are a perfect match just waiting to happen, done wondering why they're not saying yes to your lead magnet, your offer, your software, or your services, meet the free 5-day step-by-step email course that will show you how to upgrade your marketing and get your people to say yes. So we have headline, subhead, and call to action. Start your free course, sign me up. Then below it, I have some type of social proof that I like to embed social proof all over my landing pages. So this course is based on the process my team and I use with all our clients, including Social Media Examiner, Investing.com, and iPhone Life. Next section, the persuasive section, remember? Okay, it says here, how do you create emails, landing pages, and a website that your dream clients can't resist? The kind that makes them think, wow, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Now, I'm not going to read you the whole copy, but you'll see here that I start with the pain. If you're just starting out, you're probably struggling with the creation phase, aka figuring out how to write that irresistible headline and trying to find out the right message to build your copy around. So I dig into the pain. Maybe you've already got something in place, but you're getting hit by low conversion rates. Then you're probably trying to figure out what's broken. So here's the pain. And then here's the solution. I built this free 5-day email course to help you. And I break down everything that's in it and why they should sign up. Now notice, I'm looking at this now with you guys, the copy isn't the same size. Like I have to increase the font, but I just went live because I needed it to be live and I wanted it to do that. So then we have the call to action again, and here's the social proof as seen on all these wonderful websites. And then I move into, hi there, I'm Tanya, and I introduce myself and where I started and what I've done and why I'm in the position to help them. And that's it. That is the page. Okay, hopefully the video today helped you really understand better how to plan your landing pages. We want to think about the one goal that your landing page is going to have. You want to think about the audience that you're speaking to and the different sections you're going to include on your landing page. Each and every one of these will help you determine the exact content that needs to be on your page. In my next videos, I'm going to be talking about mobile landing pages. I'm going to be talking about each and every section, and I'm going to give you frameworks and different templates and formulas that you can use in order to write these sections in a better way. And I am going to talk about some psychological triggers and biases and different cognitive biases that you can leverage in order to start using emotional targeting and psychology in your landing pages. Thank you so much for listening. Leave all of your comments below and don't forget to join us in our Facebook group, We Optimize.